Welcome to the Western Association for College Admissions Counseling Virtual College Fair. Thank you for joining us. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions. And this presentation is being recorded and will be available within about a week at strivescan.com/WACAC. And now I'd like to turn it over to our first presenter from Southern Oregon University. Take it away.
Hello, everyone. My name is Alana Jackson, and I'm an admissions counselor from Southern Oregon University. And thank you all for joining me this evening. So Southern Oregon University, also known as SOU, is located in Ashland, Oregon. So we're at the very bottom of Oregon on the California and Oregon border. And we're what I like to call a medium town. So we're just over 22,000 normal residents. And Ashland is known for a couple of things, mainly the Oregon Shakespeare Festival. So our town is very artsy, very eclectic. It features a lot of unique restaurants and shops that are very special to the area. There are also a lot of things to do outdoors, but probably one of my favorite things besides, all the cool restaurants and places you can go in Ashland is the weather. We have all 4 seasons, but there's nothing too extreme anywhere. So it doesn't get too hot, it doesn't get too cold. And it really does make taking advantage of the outdoors and all the parks, lakes, and Mount Ashland and all those opportunities very great to do year round. So definitely a lot to do. And then our downtown area is right down the street from the main campus at SOU. So it's a quick 10 to 12 minute walk from the main campus. So SOU, we're go with our medium town. We are a medium school. We're just over 6,000 students, and our average class size is 21. And then we have 38 majors, but over 100 different academic programs. So we have a lot of different concentrations. Some of our most popular majors include business, criminal justice, education, so teaching, theater, pre-med, psychology. We also offer some majors in film, art, outdoor adventure leadership, and then our newest minor, esports management. And we also boast like pre-law or again, pre-med like programs as well. But half of our majors are also offered in a 3-year program components. So if you want to finish your degree in a time-effective and cost-effective way, you can definitely do one of our 3-year programs. So you can graduate earlier, move on to graduate school, or just go to a career a lot faster. So we do offer those programs as well. So SOU is a very tight-knit community. We are a smaller school, so you really are going to get to know your peers and professors, mostly on a first name basis. So you really get to know everyone around you. We have over 60 different clubs, and they range from more academic focused clubs to more for fun clubs, like our ghost hunting club, our biology club, our honor society, just to name a few. There are also a lot of opportunities for research, career assistance, internships, and jobs. But SOU is really a place that you can be yourself. We give a lot of individual attention. So students who may have learning differences or just places or just want to really take advantage of what college has to offer to you, you can definitely get really involved, and it's pretty easy. And we're definitely very mindful of students who come from different backgrounds and have different identities. We're definitely making sure that we're mindful of that and addressing you in the ways that you want to be addressed as well. We also have sports, so we're part of the NAIA, and we have 13 varsity sports. It's really easy to apply to SOU, and one of my 3 different things that I always like to point out, one, we're own admissions, so you can apply throughout the year. There's no strict deadlines on when you need to apply. We are a test optional school, so we do not require a SAT or ACT score at all. We're also holistic reviews. So we look at the whole application, so not just your GPA. So we do accept letters of recommendations, essays, written statements, any test scores that can also be used to support your application. So don't fret if you don't have the highest GPA or you have some academic struggle. We're definitely willing to work with you as a student, and we definitely want to see what other places you shine in. SLU is also a WUI school, and we actually make it the WUI as simple as it can be, meaning that there are no requirements, there's no restrictions, all majors are in the WUI, and as you can see, there is a big discount between out-of-state tuition and the WUI tuition. So as long as you're from one of these territories on this map, you will receive the WUI as well. We also have merit-based scholarships too, based off a GPA that will be placed on top of the WUI if you qualify for them. And they're automatic merit-based too, so you don't have to do anything about that either. So how to apply? So there's a lot of ways you can get connected to with SLU. We currently host virtual and in-person campus tours. So if you do want to visit us, you can visit us in person or visit us virtually, just depending on your preference. If you do also, we do also hold a lot of virtual application workshops, presentations, informational sessions. So if you're wanting to get in contact with us, you can just visit our website, slu.edu. /admissions, or if you're ever wanting to get in contact with us in another way, this is our main means to get in contact with us, which is our email, admissions@slu.edu. That is my email as well, which is jackson86@slu.edu. Again, you can set up Zoom appointments with us, set up like informational sessions, whatever you want. We definitely want to make sure that we're being accessible to our students. And if you have any questions about anything revolving SLU, just let us know. Well, again, thank you so much for having me this evening. And if you have any more questions, you can put them in the Q&A or reach out to me in any one of those means. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we'll be hearing from Eastern Oregon University.
Hi, good afternoon. Thanks for joining us this evening. I'm just going to share my screen super quick and awesome. All right, well, hi, my name is Allison. I'm the Portland Regional Admissions Counselor for Eastern Oregon University. I'm also a graduate of EOU. I'm originally coming from a small town called Los Angeles, where I really, I noticed everyone in my graduating class was applying to the same handful of schools. So I really wanted a really unique experience with my college undergraduate courses. So I studied psychology at Eastern, and I had a great time there. So first off, if you've never been to Eastern Oregon, we are in La Grande. So we're about 4 hours from Portland if you're heading on the 84 East. It's a small town. We have about 13,000 people, but we are the largest town in our county. So you really get that neighborly community feel where you know everyone around you, your neighbors know you, your community knows you. And that's one of the recurring themes you're going to hear throughout this quick presentation. So if you're into the outdoors, we have a lot of different opportunities for you. Wallowa Lake is about 8 miles around in radius if you're taking a lap around the shore. There's about 1,500 acres of outdoor activities for students. Anthony Lakes, if you're into skiing and snowboarding and any sort of snow sports, there's about 300 inches of snow every single year. So there's always a lot of different activities to go on there. And my personal favorite was Morgan Lake. This is about, I'd say, 2 miles from campus, so not too far at all. It's a very quiet, tranquil, docile place to be. There's no motors or engines allowed on the water, so you can kind of go, hang out, do homework, relax, fish, swim, camp, all that's totally free. And it's right pretty much in your backyard from campus. So speaking of campus, we have about 1,500 students on campus. So we are one of the smaller schools in the Pacific Northwest. So we're kind of the best of both worlds. On one hand, we are a 4-year public institution, which means we're very affordable for a lot of students, but also you get the smaller class sizes of private schools. So with that, a lot of benefits come. Our average class is less than 25 students. Our smallest class is 2 students. So for us, that face-to-face time is really the most important thing. So when you're building those relationships and getting letters of recommendation for a graduate school or an internship or a job after college, if those 3 things are really important for you, consider those smaller classes where you can actually build that relationship with your professor and they know you as an individual. You're not just one of 300 in a lecture hall. So we have a couple of our programs listed here. We got started as a teaching college back in the 1920s. So that's always been a very strong foundation for us. I studied psychology and health studies, but I also took classes in computer science, music production, health and wellness, theater, just a real wide mix of liberal arts classes to really help make my degree very, very unique. If we don't offer a program that you're interested in, we also have partnership programs across the country. So you can actually minor at any other university and do integrated studies programs and still get your degree from us, but have lots of different mixes in with that. So your education is truly unique to you. We have study abroad programs in every single continent except for Antarctica, so sorry about that. But yeah, lots of different ways to study abroad, lots of scholarships available, and it's the least expensive time in your entire life when you're in college to travel and see the world, so highly recommend. Student support services, this could honestly be its own presentation by itself, but long story short is that anything we can do to make you a better student will never be at cost to you. So free tutoring, free healthcare on campus, disability services if you ever need some sort of accommodation for a class or anything to make you a better student is going to be totally free for you. Just come in and ask. Okay, so with that, we have lots of different clubs and organizations. We have the only trap shooting club or the only accredited trap shooting club in the state, and they do pretty well. Our One Up Game Club, they do a lot of really cool work and get scholarships for their sports as well. But one of my personal favorites was called the Outdoor Adventure Program. So with that, you have hiking, skiing, snowboarding, kayaking, canoeing, rock climbing, swimming, camping, all totally free for students. You just show your student ID, rent the equipment, and you're on your way. We really want students to take advantage of what's right there in their backyard. So for athletics, we are in the NAIA, National Association of Intercollegiate Athletes. So we're about the size of a D2, but the biggest difference is that the majority of our scholarship funding goes back to students in the form of scholarships, or athletic funding goes back to students in the form of scholarships. Our two newest additions are women's lacrosse and men's baseball. If you have any questions, check out uesports.com for all of the coaches' contact info. You are required your first year to live on campus, so we just find students have a much higher success rate with those built-in networks and a foundation of success. So you're never going to have more than 5 students living in a suite, and you have a couple different options when it comes to laying out your room. Singles and doubles are what's offered right now, and they're between $10,000 and $12,000, including meals and everything for the entire year. Cost of attending, so tuition and fees, that's including pretty much everything that you would need. So including your room and board, it's about $22,000 for the entire year. There's lots of scholarships that come to help bring that cost down. Scholarships are open, so feel free to apply. There are a couple that have expired, but that's totally okay. You're still in the running, just have your GPA and official transcript set to go. If you have a 2.75 applying as a freshman and you finish these 5 core requirements with a C- or higher, you're automatically admitted. There's no SAT required, and right now our application is actually free, so just hop online. It takes about 15 minutes and you're on your way. And then if you have any questions, please, please, please feel free to reach out to me. I love talking about Eastern. I am here for you. Connect with your admissions counselor, take a screenshot of this slide, and then feel free to send me an email or schedule a one-on-one appointment. I love to meet with you. Have a great day.
Thank you. Next, we'll be hearing from Linfield University.
Hello, everyone. One second, let me share my screen. Well, my name is Ryan. I am one of the admission counselors here at Linfield University. And, Linfield just became a university. You might have known us as Linfield College before, but as of July 1st, we became Linfield University. So we are here in McMinnville, Oregon. We are on a 189 acre campus, and we have just over 1,400 students here. Within McMinnville, we have about 33,000 residents, and we're centrally located between Portland, the Oregon coast, and Salem. So we're just a couple hours away from Mount Hood. We have an 11-to-1 student to faculty ratio here, and 85% of our classes will have fewer than 22 students. On the McMinnville campus, it is home to the College of Arts and Sciences, which has 43 different majors, and our School of Business, which has 7 different majors. And you can see the most popular ones here on this screen. The School of Business, again, like I said, is on the McMinnville campus as well. When you come here, you would have an academic advisor and a faculty advisor to help guide you through in selecting a major, because you don't have to select one until the end of your sophomore year. We also have a Portland campus, and this is going to be home to our School of Nursing, and it's the oldest school of nursing in the Pacific Northwest. We just moved to a new campus on the east side of Portland, kind of by the airport. There's about 350 students that are here on that campus. And students who complete all 4 years at Linfield, they would have an easier track into this program. They would be the first to be looked at in a very competitive field. And yeah, we'd definitely love to talk more about that if that is an area of interest for you. Because here you'd be doing multiple clinical hours. And the biggest thing is we do have a 93% first-time pass rate on the NCLEX to become a nurse. We do have 3 different facets to our curriculum. So it would be the Linfield curriculum, which you see some categories here, but we have our general electives, which you'd be looking at. And then the third would be our major specific classes. And we are a liberal arts institution, and we believe in our Linfield curriculum to help give you that breadth of knowledge to really figure out what your passions are and help you figure out a solid major for yourself, which will excel you in the future. And part of that success that students will have here does come from student and faculty collaborative research or internships that they do. And here are some examples. And this is actually a student who is working within our chemistry lab with our faculty over a summer project. And we do sometimes are able to offer these to be paid collaborative research projects as well. We do study abroad programs, so we go to 15 different countries, and we do offer your first round trip airfare to be free and covered by the university. And about 40% of our students will study abroad before they graduate. And we offer semester-long programs in January because we are on a 4-1-4 system. So 4 months in spring, a January term, and 4 months in fall. I said that in reverse, but yeah, it's a great opportunity in our January term for students to pick up from Linfield, study abroad with a Linfield professor and your Linfield classmates, and you come back here. On our campus experience, we have a whole bunch of different clubs and organizations. We have over 300 different leadership positions. We have 4 sororities and 3 fraternities, and about 15-20% of our students will participate in fraternity or sorority life before they graduate. We do have on campus a Hispanic celebration in the fall, a Hawaiian luau in spring, and Wildstock, which is a concert to celebrate the end of the year. And we do have artists like Dan and Shay and others that have been able to come. As far as residence life goes, we have 15 different residence halls. We have co-ed, single gender, gender inclusive, a pet friendly dorm. So lots of different options here for all of our students. We have a 3-year living requirement, but 75% of our students will live here through all 4 years. We are NC2A D3. We have 21 different NC2A teams, and about 30% of our students are athletes here. Within our application, we are on the Common App, and it's a free application. We are going test blind, so we're not looking for a SAT or ACT score. And again, it's a free application for you. Just for applying, you will be qualified for all of our merit-based scholarships and additional need-based aid scholarships here. Our average our average financial aid package is just over $40,000. 99% of our students will receive financial aid, and our direct cost this year is just under $58,000. And if you are interested in visiting us, we'd love to have you here. We are open for tours. At the moment, you just have to be a 2021 fall applicant, but we are looking to try to get additional students here and open that up. But when you're here on campus, you can meet with me, you can meet with financial aid. If you're interested in playing sports, you can also meet with a coach if that option is available. So thank you, and I'll hand it over now.
Thank you. Next, we'll be hearing from Verto Education.
Awesome, thank you. I'm gonna go ahead and also share my screen. Great, so my name is Lainey. I'm with Verto Education. For those of you who've not heard of Verto, we are a little bit different than a lot of the colleges here. So what we offer is actually a fully accredited college semester traveling abroad. So we're trying to put that study abroad front and center for students. So we have a couple different options. I'm gonna go ahead and see if my computer will let me go through these slides. I'm not going to play the video because they're very choppy on Zoom, I've learned. So Verto Education, our mission overall is to provide more students from every background and all across the states with an easier and more affordable, streamlined access to higher education and international travel. So that breaks down into three main pillars of ours. So the first pillar is the best first year of college, really setting you guys up for success. The second pillar is admissions to a great fit school, which is where I talk about our partner schools in just a sec. And then the third pillar is affordability, of course. So the best first year of college. So Verto, we offer two different types of semesters. So we have on-campus semesters and field semesters. These are pretty different in a lot of ways, but they both keep the same core Verto components. Those components are the academics, of course, 16 full college credits per semester. So those are freshman gen ed credits. So our semesters are really accessible for students regardless of major. So same, writing, history, English, sociology courses you're going to have to take no matter what. But our classes are they're interwoven with different field experiences. So we're partnering with organizations on the field. So you're actually working side by side with community members. If you're taking, an environmental science course, you're working on environmental science projects. If you're taking international business, you're meeting with CEOs of huge corporations, et cetera, et cetera. So we also have small class sizes and one-on-one mentorship within our classes. All of our courses are taught by Verto professors. It definitely does become like a family, which is pretty awesome. And yeah, weekly meetings with each individual student and their professors, and our class sizes are 20 to 25 students max. The support services, we definitely have quite a few of those aside from the professors and our program leaders that are, I guess, more like mentors on the ground. We do have some academic success coaches here in the States. We've got a 5-to-1 student staff ratio. We have affinity groups for our students. And we also weave in a purpose finding workshop throughout the semesters just to help students, really hit the ground running and understand more what they want to be focusing on with their college and career and lives. So these are all of our semesters abroad. We've got England, Italy, and Spain in Europe, Hawaii, Latin America, and South Pacific. Those are our field semesters. The England, Italy, and Spain, those are our campus semesters, which I briefly mentioned on a second ago. So this is an example of one of the campus semesters in London. You can see the course selection. Basically, you choose 4 to 5 classes that you would want to take. You're living in a student residence on campus. So in Europe, you're in big cities. They're very vibrant. It's full of international students as well. So you're really getting that more study abroad feel. You can see in London, these are, you can't see, I took the slide out. In London, so aside from taking the classes, you're also doing a lot of different excursions. We're doing day trips and some overnight trips as well as a group. The field semesters, very unlike traditional college semesters. You're traveling around to different countries. Every month you're in a different location, whether that's a different country altogether or in a different village or local town. We're staying in hotels, homestays, base houses, so very different than on campus. And it is a block schedule. So you're only taking 4 courses of these and you're focusing on one class each month with an overall umbrella course. These are very, very hands-on. So if you're really into adventure and learning with your hands as much as your head, then this is a great example for you. These are some of the excursions for Fiji, Australia, New Zealand. Absolutely our most popular program by far, but Hawaii and Latin America are also very popular. So the second pillar, admissions to a great fit school. So this is when our partner colleges come into play. So the application to Verto, it is free, it's non-binding. We do have a rolling admissions. With the application process, when you apply to Verto, you can choose up to 5 of our partner colleges if you're interested in applying to those. So it is a free application to those schools. And I will show you a slide of those in just a sec. We have 56 partner colleges at this time, including like University of Oregon and Lewis and Clark, which are here today, which is really exciting. Hi, guys. So there are definitely some benefits to partnering with these colleges. You can see here, we really have partner universities all across the states, big, small, public, private. They're all up on our website. We also have a transfer guarantee. So if you do complete a semester or two with Verto, depending on the college, you're guaranteed admission into one of our 27 colleges. And I will wrap it up very quickly. Last but not least, affordability. The tuition varies depending on the semester, but it does include everything except for flights to the country and the cost of books. So your food is covered, your lodging is covered, all the excursions are covered as well. So between 15 and 25,000. We do offer opportunity grants, scholarships. We accept FAFSAs or any federal aid, as well as some other things as well. And I believe that is it. If you are interested, feel free to scan the code. You can check out our website as well. And that is all from me.
Thank you. Next, we'll be hearing from Lewis and Clark College.
Hello. Okay, great. I hope you can see my screen here. I cannot see my own. Thank you so much for being here this evening. Really appreciate it. I'm excited to talk to you about Lewis and Clark. My name is Reggie Collins, and I work for Lewis and Clark College. I'm one of the assistant deans here. We're located in beautiful Portland, Oregon. We're about 6 miles from downtown. We're a small liberal arts college, about 2,000 students. And I really just want to focus on a couple of the things that really make us the most unique with our partners and our colleagues that are here tonight. So I really just want to highlight a couple of those things here. So first, we are a liberal arts college, just like some of the other colleges here tonight, but we have this thirds model that I really think is really special at Lewis and Clark. So there are lots of majors that you can choose from, and about 29 and 31 minors. And of those minors, we actually have a new one this year, which is health studies. We're very excited to offer that, and came completely from student demand, and it's really exciting to see. But many students, every single student, you do not have to choose your major until the end of your sophomore year. And I think that really allows for students to follow these 3 paths. You know, 1/3 of your education is going to be your major, 1/3 are going to be your gen eds or your general education, where you get a lot of choice in each of these categories. And then another 1/3 is going to be your electives as well. Some of the more popular majors we have are psychology is number 1, SOAN, which is short for sociology and anthropology, biochem, those are huge departments at Lewis and Clark, English and computer science. I always like to honorable mention political science, international affairs, environmental studies. Those will always be very popular. And some that won't be as popular but are great and awesome and things we do have is studio art and art history, music with 3 concentrations, and theater with 3 concentrations as well. One thing that I think makes us pretty unique are our 6 annual academic symposia. These are completely student run and student led. They handle all of the logistics, and they bring amazing people to campus to give presentations, and they give presentations themselves. So my personal favorite one is actually the Ray Warren Race and Ethnic Studies one. This year it happened to be completely virtual, although we do have people on campus. It was cool because we had an amazing poet who talked about the Black experience in America, and a professor from UCLA who talked about immigration, and he's a big expert and author on those things. So it was really cool to see that. The environmental studies one is very well attended. This year was conservation conversation. But what's great about this, and I just want to highlight quickly, is all 6 of them, many students get involved. They're doing academic work outside of the classroom. And it is a great way to get something on your resume on top of all those internships and job shadows, because it is really difficult when you're 22 years old and just graduating from college to have a very fleshed out resume. And this is a really nice thing to have on there that I think is unique at Lewis and Clark as well. Next is our 4-5-6 commitment. Again, we are a small liberal arts college, like I said, about 2,000 students. So really, we are committed that you will graduate from Lewis and Clark in 4 years. You will get your bachelor's degree. If you have to stay for a 9th semester, we will take care of it financially. We're very happy about that as well. It really has to do with our academic advising. They will keep you on track, get you a nice 4-year plan, and you will not we don't have things like impacted majors or worrying about getting the classes that you need. The 5 and the 6 are actually our programs with our graduate schools. So we have the 5, which is a 4+1 with your MAT, Masters of Arts in Teaching. Many students have done that for many years. Newer is actually the 6-year program, which is a 3+3 with our own law school. The law school is very famous for its environmental law program. It is the #1 environmental law program in the country, but they do have other law degrees. They also have masters in legal studies as well, but 3 years at the undergraduate campus and 3 years at the law school to get your JD. So it's a really nice accelerated program that a lot of students have been really interested in over the last few years. Another thing that I think sets us apart is our college outdoors program. They just so happen to have my absolute favorite Instagram of all of the offices on campus, but many students get out into the mountains, get to the state parks, get to the rivers, the lakes, the ocean, all very easily. And I think a lot of students want to have that balance of being able to go to the city and explore all the big things and the companies and the culture and the food and the theater and the music and the sports and everything, but they also want to get out into nature and do urban hikes and all of these things. And college outdoors is so great, from their trail running trips to their marmot research and mushroom identification, their surfing on the Oregon coast. All these trips happen multiple times a month all year round and either have a nominal fee or are completely free. So 90% of our students go on one of these trips, and I think it's great to show because we have 47 different states represented, students coming from all over the country, and they have varying levels of experience in this, and so it's really cool to see students be able to do this every single year as well. Another thing that we're known for, and it's great that so many schools are talking about it today, is our study abroad. I really do believe it's something that is something we're very much specialized in. Our overseas office is a well-oiled machine, and 60% of our students participate in one of these trips. The national average tends to be 10 to 15%. We have 35 overseas programs that are focused on maybe major specific, language specific, or even regional area study. Next, and the big reason it's so popular is financial aid applies, and there is pre-approved academic credit. So the last thing I'll talk about is just how to apply. These are the 4 things. We are completely test optional. We're on the Common App along with some of the other institutions here, and it's completely free as well. And our deadlines are done if you're a senior now, but it is November 1st and January 15th. So if you want to find your counselor, you can go to this page here, and I will put my email address at the end. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Lastly, we'll be hearing from the University of Oregon.
Hi, everyone. My name is Loretta Klosterman, and I am with the University of Oregon. I'm actually regionally based here in California. So for many of you, I am your local admissions counselor. Well, the University of Oregon is located in the city of Eugene. We are 2 hours south of Portland and about 3.5 hours away from the California border. And then we're equidistant between the Cascade Mountains and the Oregon coast. Just like all my colleagues have described today, Oregon is an incredible place for outdoor recreation, really all of the Pacific Northwest. And our students definitely have access to hiking, biking, and even water sports within footsteps of the university. Eugene really is that quintessential college town environment where there is this great sense of pride that Eugene is home to the University of Oregon. We are considered a mid-sized institution. Our total enrollment is about 22,000. However, our undergraduate population is just shy of 19,000 students. So we really do focus on the undergraduate education. Our student population is quite diverse and eclectic. We have students from all 50 states and 101 different countries. So our students are studying and living with students from all walks of life and all backgrounds. And in my opinion, that really enhances the college experience. We have a lot of different academic programs to choose from at the U of O. Some of the ones that we are most known for include architecture, business, marine biology, environmental studies, human physiology, journalism, just to name a few. But you also don't have any pressure to know your major when you apply to the U of O. We recognize that when you get to college, you are going to be exposed to a lot of different academic programs. So if that means taking that first year or even 2 years to explore and really figure out what you're passionate about, you have the ability to do so without getting behind in your 4-year graduation plan. In fact, our most popular major for our incoming first-year students is exploring, and that is also what we call undecided. We are a Tier 1 research institution, and we are a member of the AAU, the Association of American Universities. We are one of 65 institutions in the United States and Canada to be an invited member of the AAU. As a member of the AAU, we are being recognized for excellence in academic research as well as education. 75% of our undergraduate students do participate in some element of research. This could be partnering with a professor or doing your own independent research. There's a lot of new things happening at the U of O. We have been busy this last year. For one, we finished renovations on Hayward Field, which is our iconic track and field stadium, and very excited to host global events like the World Championships for track and field and the Olympic trials for track and field. With the opening of its first building this fall, the Phil and Penny Knight campus for accelerated scientific impact is allowing our students to tap into new opportunities and expertise in applied science and brings engineering to the University of Oregon. So we're excited to have bioengineering as one of our newest minors, as well as data science and neuroscience as one of our newest majors. We really do want our students to establish that strong sense of community as soon as you get to the U of O. So we do require all of our first-year students to live on campus. Our students have the ability to live in an academic residential community, also known as an ARC. These are themed living learning environments and give our students the opportunities to live with others who have similar interests and who are like-minded. There is no doubt that the U of O has tons of campus spirit and campus community. With over 300 student clubs and organizations, it really shows that our students are connected and invested within the campus life and the campus culture. We are home to Division I athletics. We are known for sports such as football and basketball, but we are most famously known for track and field. Fun fact, Eugene's nickname is Tracktown USA. Now talking about the application process, our application is still open for seniors and students can be admitted on a space available basis, but we do what's called a holistic evaluation at the U of O. So we are going to look at you as a student as well as an individual. We do require you to submit a personal statement as well as an activities list so we can get a sense of how you're involved in outside of the classroom. We are a permanently test optional institution, so that means students no longer have to submit test scores to be eligible for admission. Students can apply through the Common Application, the Coalition Application, or the Oregon app, which is on our website, but these are some of the deadlines to be aware of. November 1 is our early action deadline, and regular decision is January 15th. We absolutely have no preference of what deadline you apply by. Each applicant has the same opportunity for admission. Now, talking about financial aid, we do offer merit scholarships for our students. Merit scholarships are automatic consideration as soon as you apply to the U of O. In response to the pandemic, we did remove the test score requirement for merit scholarship consideration. I will note that this policy may change in the future, so just keep an eye on our website. You can even check in with me for the most up-to-date information. We also have other scholarships like stamps and diversity excellence that have a merit component, but it also requires a separate application. So you just want to be mindful of some of those application processes when it comes to our scholarships. We also announced about a year ago the Oregon Guarantee, and the Oregon Guarantee means the cost of tuition is fixed and will not rise through the completion of your degree or up to 5 years of education. So this is our commitment to you to be able to financially plan for college. This is my contact information. I will also place it in the chat, but thank you so much.
Thank you. I'd just like to invite all of the reps back on now for a round of Q&A to just share what advice you would give someone going through the college search process, and you can respond in the same order that you presented in. I can't hear. It's if you want, you could send your response in the chat, I guess.
Hi. The best tip that I would say for students looking for colleges would really be to contact your admissions counselor. there's no such thing as a dumb question. We've heard it all before, or if we haven't, we are here to help you. That's our job. Without students, we wouldn't really have much to do. So ask your admissions counselor. There's a lot of differences between colleges. So just every school you're looking at applying to, try to figure out those differences and what's most important to you.
Yeah, I would definitely, kind of second what Alasan said. You want to be able to talk to the admission counselor. It's our job to really help you figure out if this is a good fit for you, if this is going to be someplace that you can really flourish and really buy in and get all the experiences that are going to benefit you for what you need. And you want to call that place home. And if you can, more than anything, visit it in person, because that helps more than anything as well.
Yeah, I mean, seconding what these guys said, but I think just just trying to take a step back and if you can, like, be really organized or sort of organized about doing your college searches and really just figuring out what are the top priorities, what are the most important things for you, and sort of just kind of rifling through those and just be open-minded. And there's no such thing as too much communication. Don't play it cool with colleges. We love it when you keep in touch.
Yeah, I'll definitely reiterate that as well. I definitely think reaching out and communicating is great. So I'll go a little different and say, check out the catalog. I do think a lot of people don't think about looking at the college classes and actually looking at the department. If you get excited about just the title of a college class at the school that you're interested in, that might be a good indicator that you're interested in going there, or that might be a good fit for you or a good major for you.
These are all tough answers or great answers to follow up with. And I would echo the same. I will also say, as a university that's not open to campus visitors, we are having a very robust virtual programming, even for our juniors this spring. So I really encourage you to even look at virtual opportunities. We try our hardest to kind of give you the experience of being on campus without being on campus. So that's another way to kind of get to know institutions that you may be considering as well as early as your junior year.
Great. Thank you all so much for joining us. When you go to close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey, and we'd appreciate any feedback you can provide. This was just one of many sessions being hosted, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions. And in about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all of the other sessions recordings at strivescan.com/WACAC. So thank you, everyone, and have a good night. Bye.
Thank you so much.